Welcome back to Adventures with the Hat Commander. This is episode 9 of Vampire the Masquerade Coteries of New York. I've had a little gap between the last time I played and now. I had some recording, some other games I need to get in. Going back to, I think I said this before, but this being a questionable game for the channel, but I still want to finish it. The story's all right. It started off a little rough, but it's been not so bad. So, let's get into it. I don't know who I want to help out today. I don't really know who this lady is. It's weird. Yeah, we could finish Angelo's. Guessing we're getting close there. I don't know where he is on his. Let's do Angelo's. I like Angelo the best out of these people. It's been some time since your last visit at Red Hook. You should probably get back to D'Angelo and see if he's managed to figure out how to handle Santa. Oh, I gotta rest first. A piece of paper sticking out of your mailbox. It's a computer printout, a note, and a screenshot from Google Maps. It reads, "Meet me at the indicated spot tomorrow at 10 p.m. I'll pick you up and we'll take it from there." No signature. The place marked on the map is the lookout point near Pier 1, just next to Brooklyn Bridge. Check the phone that Mia passed on to you. No new messages, no missed calls. It's all a bit fishy, but there's only one way to find out who addressed this to you. Looks like tomorrow evening has been planned out for you. So much for Angelo. You go downstairs as soon as you wake up. One more glance at the phone, but no news from Mia. You take the car down to Brooklyn Park on Front Street and approach the meeting spot cautiously. Is my mind broken? I don't remember who Mia is. I mean, it's been a week since I played, but I don't remember who Mia is. Sophia is my, not my ward, but whoever's in charge of me. Who the crap's Mia? You take the car down to Brooklyn Park on Front Street and approach the meeting spot cautiously. A figure of about Mia's size is standing there, dressed in an oversized jacket and looking out towards Manhattan. As you approach, you can hear her muttering something. Mia, is it true? I still have... Oh! Is that the Anarch person? Maybe. That's right. I forgot. We had gotten involved with them. But I do not think it's true. If I do not think it true, then it cannot be true. And if it cannot be true, then... Hey, Mia, is that you? The woman turns around. It's not Mia. Whoever it is, you've never seen her before. She looks perfectly plain and unmemorable. It is not her. It is you. You are me, and I am you, and we are her, and we are here. Great. You turn around. 3 men, all of them burly and threatening, approach you. One of them takes the lead. So, you got the message. Cut the crap. What's this about? We're taking a trip, friend. This is the government. The boss wants to meet you. The boss. That's probably not the government. Callahan. That's Boss Callahan to you, frickface. I suggest you get a move on. You've got places to be. The voice of the woman keeps creeping into your conscience. Litany of gibberish ever present throughout the entire conversation. The man cracks his knuckles. Or we can do it the hard way. Oh, what should I do? Should I try escaping? Let's try escape. Coming here was a mistake. It's time to blow this joint. Your muscles tense in preparation for a sprint that will take you away from this place and back inside your car. I don't think it's going to work. A shriek fills your head. It's the woman. She's ridiculing you, provoking you to stay and fight, to show them you're not to be ordered around. They try to overcome you, but you fight back. You break one guy's nose and dislocate another's kneecap. Yeah, who's big and scary now, you frickers? Stake slams into your chest. Sweet. The man who talked to you appears before your face, smiling a crooked smile. Do I always have to do everything myself? Load him on the boat, you useless appendage suckers. You're barely conscious. It's impossible to tell where they're taking you or how long it will take. A sucking sound and a clear sensation of having a cavity in your chest that wasn't there before. A deep voice breaking through the oblivion you're returning from. Vincent, my boy, you truly are a nuisance sometimes, but you do get the job done. That's why I respect you. Thank you, boss. Sight comes back to you. The owner of the deep voice is a curious sight, dressed in what can only be described as Victorian clothing, with a monocle and graying red hair. Is this Callahan? There we go. Coming to, are we? Heard you're a spirited one, eh? Vincent is the fledgling spirited, would you say? Yeah, boss, sure spirited. I believe you already know who I am. I just haven't been playing that kind of character. Your boss, Callahan. Right you are, and I'm guessing you know my role in this city. I represent the Anarch movement, while I'm not quite sure what you represent. I've invited you here to find out. Now let me make myself perfectly clear. I'm disappointed in you, truly disappointed, but I arranged this meeting to allow you to make amends. First, though, I have to make sure you understand what your infraction was. So, do you know why you're here? I can't help but feel like you're dying to tell me. Don't get smart with me. He takes your face in his hand while Vince holds you in a tight grip. He squeezes hard and looks you deep in the eyes. Torque is the reason you're here, or that little angry strumpet of his. I'm told, yes, Mia. Oh, how I'd love to get my hands on her gaunt neck and wring it until it breaks. But see, I'm a statesman, and that's not the prudent thing to do. No, indeed. The prudent thing to do is to tolerate both her and that blasted ebony-skinned mentor of hers. Look at what the world has become these nights. Here I am, lambasting a black man and a woman in front of a whelp of Asian descent. My papa, rest his soul, would not believe it. Oh, okay. Finished with your disgusting rant? Oh, fledgling, you have no idea who you are messing with. He looks at you with rage in his eyes, and you feel insignificant and vulnerable. An irrational fear takes over you. You could not speak up against this man again. You just can't. He's too terrifying. Now that I have your full attention, I'll request something from you, and you will obey me to the letter, but that comes later. First, you will answer a few questions, the first of which is, who pointed you to Mia? Nobody. Was my idea. Oh, really? And what was your intention behind this meeting? I need her help with something. Oh, come now. You have to be more specific than that. I need to know exactly what it was that you discussed. I just wanted to learn about the Anarch, so I asked her about the movement. Oh, child, you should have come to me then. I'm the Anarch movement in New York City, and nobody makes a secret out of it. You bet on the wrong horse, as I'm sure you'll soon learn. See, that wasn't hard now, was it? Of course, I can't be sure how much of what you told me was true, how much of it was worth about as much as yesternight's horse poo. But I'll find out. I always do. When I do, we'll have another one of these nice talks. And maybe, just maybe, you'll avoid this upcoming unpleasant episode next time. He gives Vince a sign, and the burly man starts hitting you all over. You feel teeth, ribs, and fingers break. Your foot is mangled under Vince's boot. Your shoulder dislocated, your nose wrecked. That's enough, Vincent. Leave them be. He snaps his fingers in front of your face a few times, checks if you can focus on his face. You can, but barely. I am a man of principle. Another night I would perhaps put you in a casket, dip it in concrete, and dump it in the Hudson. A favorite of mine during the roaring 20s. It's been a while. Man, maybe I should have started with like a southern accent. But like I mentioned before, I am but prudent, and so the interest of the city's kindred must come before my own needs and wants. I'll therefore let you continue your existence. Here's what I require in return for this boon. You are forbidden to meet Torque. I will keep an eye on him. If you want a place with the Anarchs, you go through me and only me. Got it? You have to understand what I made my associates do tonight. Was just business. We can still work out a mutually beneficial relationship. In fact, it's either that or your final death. Time to go, Vincent. Take the boat back. Leave a fledgling here. I think they have a lot to think about. Who's they? Is there somebody else with me? Sure thing, boss. Pleasure making your acquaintance. Callahan walks away, as do Vince and his band of thugs. You lie on the ground for a while longer, feeling the blood slowly putting your body back together, your hunger growing. You can hear the beast calling for sustenance, for safety, for revenge, a distant but pronounced third desire. It's not until you mend yourself enough to appear more as a mugging victim than an impossibly mangled walking cadaver that you hail a passing taxi, and head back to your haven. The whole way there, you are tempted by the beast. Your driver, 30-something with a strong Slavic accent, an unpronounceable name on his ID, keeps asking if he should drive you to the hospital. You keep declining, all the while thinking that if you only asked him to pull over for 5 minutes, you could feast on his warm blood to the beast's content. Drink him while nobody would know. Drink him whole, nobody would know. Nobody but his wife and kids, if he has them. Nobody but his boss and coworkers. Nobody but you as you look in the mirror tomorrow. Keeping your hunger at bay was never before as difficult as it is tonight. The driver stops at your apartment building. There's nobody around. You can do it. Do it now. Now! You pay the driver and walk out fast. Leave the car behind. Don't look back. Look back. Walk back. Feed. No, through the door, up the stairs. Key in the lock. Open the apartment. Walk in. Lock yourself in. The familiar four walls of your haven are blood blessing. The beast inside you keeps nagging, but you kept it at bay tonight. Not a small feat, given your state. You're still weak. You're still not quite mended. You need to rest tomorrow. You'll have to feed again. Tomorrow you'll have to consider your next move. Callahan is not the kind of man who quits, but tonight you rest. Waking up tonight feels different for two reasons. For one, you are pleasantly surprised that your body mended reasonably well while you were resting. It comes with a caveat, though. The hunger you feel is pronounced. The beast like a black dog on the edge of your vision following you. But what is truly remarkable is waking up to the tune of an old cell phone ringtone. An unknown number is calling the phone you got from Mia. You pick up. Kept that old thing charged after all, huh? You all right? No, actually, I feel like poo. Look, that's too bad, but I don't really care. I was just being polite. I'm calling with good news. Torque has agreed to meet you. There's a pub in the Bronx, solid in stripes. Be there tonight. 2 things. No drink on the premise, so if you want to grab a snack, do it before setting foot in the borough. And this is an exclusively no-power meeting. We'll be rubbing shoulders with commoners the whole evening, and also we don't trust you, so keep it casual or you'll blow it. Anything you'd like to add? We should expect company. I met Callahan yesterday. He kicked my butt and forbade me from meeting Torque. Said he'd keep an eye out on me to make sure I comply. Silence on the line. Frick. More silence. I can't promise you any protection on your way there or back, but at the pub you'll be in Torque's domain. For all his posturing, Callahan doesn't have the testes to strike Torque directly. We'll post additional lookouts on watch. That's the best I can do. If Callahan got under your skin, I get it. I was in that spot once or twice too. All I've got to say is the risk is worth it. If you don't show tonight, I won't blame you, but it's an one-time offer only. You got to hedge your bets. Just don't do anything stupid. You meet with us tonight. It better be in good faith. She ends the call. First things first, you take the subway to York Street Station, walk to Front Street, retrieve your car, and weigh your options while driving back to your haven. You've been doing this for a good few nights. You're getting a feel for it. You're learning what kind of predator you are and what kind of blood you crave. You're so caught up in yesterday's problems and in the cloak and dagger debacle, you're now a part of that. The hunt feels almost automatic and casual tonight. Fragment, you surrenders control. Just a minute after you find your victim, coax them and drink from them, you'll find you've forgotten their face and how they were dressed. It only hits you once you look at yourself in your car's rear mirror. This was wrong. You can't let this become the norm. You hurt somebody, a human being. You're a monster. You need to stay mindful of this. You're a monster, but unless you let yourself off the hook, you can hold on to your humanity and not let yourself slide down the spiral. Instead of clearing your mind, this clouded it further. You are still no closer to a decision. You do intend to visit Torque tonight, but you decide to drive around a bit first. Something tells you there might be somebody tailing you. Sounds sensible to try and lose them. Spend a good 2 hours looking in your rearview mirror and driving all over the city before finally driving to the Bronx. Take some basic precautions as you enter Torque's turf. Park a few streets over from where the pub is and walk towards it while keeping an eye out for anyone suspicious. That kindred, for the most part, look no different than regular people. Makes things complicated, of course. If you're being followed or watched, it's going to be hard to tell. You reach the pub, shoot a final glance around. There's nobody suspicious around as far as you can see, and open the door. The smell of cigarettes is overwhelming. The whole place has an aura about it. Constant fog hanging right under the ceiling. The lethargic fans do nothing to disperse it. The constant crack of billiard balls, and clicking of glasses tells you all you need to know about the clientele. Not a very vampiric place at all. You're wondering if you got the address right. Cheers. You apparently did. Mia's here. She motions you over to one of the few tables around. Took your sweet time to get here. What, got cold feet? Never mind. Anyone follow you? Not that I know of. Fair enough. Before I introduce you, there's some outstanding business to discuss. I appreciate the help with getting that name out of Bruce. It's going to be a tough nut to crack, his master. She's one of the lawmen. Times where they'd sooner align with us than the cam. Anyway, this isn't the night for a history lesson. Torque's been waiting for you. He's been impressed by your work so far. Here's your chance to shine. Don't blow it. You walk towards one of the tables. A guy in a coat and a hat leans over to take his shot. He's way ahead of his opponent. The table is clear of his balls, save for the 8-ball in a tricky position. Hey there, you here. Be with you in just a moment. The hit is fast, precise, and sends the black ball exactly where its player wanted it. His opponent lets out a frustrated sigh. That's that. I believe that's $150 American, Joey. You want to pay up now or up the stakes again? The disgruntled man accepts his defeat and pays up, then declares he's going to grab another beer. To the victor go the spoils, thank you kindly. He turns his full attention to you. The man is good-looking, if somewhat gaunt and intense. His eyes especially seem to be pierced right through to your core, but not in an unpleasant way. Name's Torque. I believe you're Calvin, Sophie Langley's new plaything. Is that right? Plaything? No, we're not lovers. Ha, apologies then with her. That's kind of the default, I hear. I did hear about your curious partnership, though. Forgive my being real with you right off the bat, but I'd like to know who it is I'm dealing with. So here's something that I've been scratching my head about. If you were with Langley and Langley's cam through and through, I'm told, what is it you've come to accomplish here tonight? Sophie Langley wants to meet with you. Don't ask why. She didn't tell me. She just said it has something to do with gathering allies against Boss Callahan. I'm here to arrange that meeting. The frick? I knew nothing about this. They lied to me. Mia's furious. She's looking at the pool cue and at you as if she was figuring out the best combination for the two. It's fine. I appreciate the honesty. Even if you weren't straight with me, my second in command. That I don't appreciate. Well, 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 ain't that an interesting proposition? You can't be seriously thinking about meeting with Langley. She's hardline Cam. It's a trap. It must be. It just might be. It just might. He looks at you, pierces you with his unnaturally keen eyes. He's about to say something when a door opens at the back of the room. Hey, Torque, you got a guest. They're in the back. Mia, won't you be a dear and keep our new friend company? I'll see what the commotion is. Sure thing. Torque tips his hat to you and walks to the back, joining the man who called for him. Mia glowers at you, this time weighing one of the pool balls in her hand. She looks like she has half a mind to chuck it at your face. You gotta be quite happy with yourself, bluffing your way in here. I wish I did this differently, but it's what it is. I'm not proud of myself. Shouldn't be. You made me look like a chump in front of Torque. Here I was beginning to think you might make a good addition to our little family. There's a whole lot of trust you'll have to regain before that happens now. Torque appears from a door at the back and calls across the room. Yo, Mia, can I grab you for a second? Calvin, get over here too. You go to the back room. It's basically a storage area with a single wooden desk. It's pretty cramped, especially considering there are 5 other people in there with you. Torque ushers you in and closes the door behind you, and Mia, 2 burly dudes are holding somebody down. A familiar voice reaches your ears. Motherfrickers, you're going to pay for this. You hear me? The boss is going to frick you up so bad you have no idea. Have you had the doubtful pleasure of meeting Mr. Caruddi before, Calvin? Yeah, we met yesterday. You're frickin'. You're fricked. You're so fricked. You don't even know it. You stupid piece of poo. I should have ended you yesterday. The boss told you to stay away. You should have listened. That's a story and a half, ain't it? Vince, calm down now and tell me how many of your guys are still out there on my turf, Go frick yourself. You're done. The boss will know this stupid piece of poo fledgling came here. He knows they're with Langley. You know that means Torque. You know what that means, Torque. No, I don't. What does it mean, Vince? Now the boss can wipe you out. He'll just say you're sucking Langley's bottle and all those buddies of yours gone. You're done, Torque. Well, now, if that is the case, I guess ridding New York City of you today, your toady behind won't make things any worse, will it? Actually, there's an idea. Vince mentioned that he beat you up yesterday. Did I hear that right, Calvin? You want to repay the favor? Let's make some decisions gladly. Go right ahead. I can't stake him. Why not? You hit Vince once, twice. He's chuckling in the beginning, but the focus of your blood for some extra oomph and keep hitting him again more until he stops laughing. He's bruised, battered, and broken. The 2 Anarch dudes let go of him, and you kick him some more while he's on the floor. You only stop when you hear Torque's voice. Enough's enough, Calvin. Takes an old pool cue and breaks it over his knee. Stake him and take him downstairs. Let's keep Callahan guessing about what happened to his favorite puppy. Mia takes a sharp piece of wood and jams it into Vince's chest. His features grow slack, his entire body inert. He doesn't even give out a yelp. The other 2 Anarchs take him out of the room. As entertaining as that was, I think Vince, in his unmatched wisdom, shared more than Callahan would hope for. This changes things. Ever heard of Operation Lights Out, Calvin? It was the Second Inquisition effort here in New York City. A single night of raids at a magnitude never before seen or since. The Ivory Tower got away with it just a few losses here and there. No major players were hit. They managed to find safe spots and stay out of the eyes of the poo storm. Us, though, we got hit hard all over town. Havens were rooted out, entire coteries, safe houses gone, just like that. Nobody saw it coming. I barely got out in one piece. Mia looks at him with concern and puts a hand on his arm. He shrugs it off gently but surely. Others, like my child, Barb, or Mia's sire, extinguished. But you know who got out without a scratch? Callahan. We've thought about it for the past few years. How is it that Big B managed to excuse himself from the Staten Island Museum where we used to meet just before our vans full of guys in body armor show up? How is it that my baby is burning up after being shot with incendiary rounds? I also see Doug Callahan running with his tail between his legs, pushing fledglings like you in the path of the SI. We think the bastard knew what was coming, and he set us up. Not just us, some of our brothers and sisters who we got hit has some of the lowest profiles in the city's lick population. The moral of the story, Callahan is an opportunistic mother effer. And if even his thickest followers suggest he's going to sell me out, then that's what he's going to do as sure as the sun rises. Pause for a moment and you see him reach a decision. You said something about Langley having an offer for me. It might be your fault in part that I'm at this juncture, but now it's going to be as good a time as any to listen to what she has to say. I don't think that's wise, T. Well, what would you have me do then? You said it yourself. It's all this fledgling's fault. They brought this on us. Let's use them as a bargaining chip. Callahan wants them. Langley needs them. They're valuable. No, you're wrong. I'm just a pawn. That's why Sophie sent me here. Plausible deniability and all that. I'm expendable. The realization that you just summarized the entirety of the last 2 weeks or so hit you so hard. But if there was a moment to be honest with yourself, it's now. Frick. The man puts his hands on Mia's shoulders. She calms down a bit. We're afraid, Calvin, but then what else is new? It's a paradox being who we are. The hunter one night, the hunted another, master of the night, slaves to the dawn, a duality to everything. Mia and I understand your concern, but I need you to trust me like you did before. This is my call and my responsibility. You can give me crap about it later, like I'm sure you will. Count on it. He smiles, then takes on a no baloney look and points at you. 3 conditions. First, you come pick me up personally and bring me to the meeting spot. Anything goes sideways, it's your behind. Second, Mia's coming with me. No 2 ways about it. 8 eyeballs in the meeting. The 2 of you, the 2 of us, nobody else. And third, the meeting is in public, downtown, some spot frequented by mortals. We see you take us anywhere fishy, we check out and frick you up as message to Langley. Count on it not coming to that, though. You seem likable enough. The cam hasn't gotten its talons in you yet. Keep it up, and maybe you'll come to the same conclusion we did in your own time. I'll make sure to repeat your conditions to Sophie. You do that. Best be on your way. Ask for me here when you need me. The bartender knows how to get in touch. Just ask him to put the owner on the line. Mia walks you to the door and accompanies you to the car. Listen about what I said before. Yeah, what about it? I panicked, that's all that was. It was unfair, what I said. If anything, it's my fault. I'm angry with myself, and that makes me angry with you. Forget it. See ya. She starts walking back to the bar as you start the engine and head back to Sophie's apartment. Time to give Sophie the good news. She welcomes you as openly as ever, clearly excited to see you and for what news you might bring. Good evening, Calvin. How's your task going? You have something for me, perhaps? I did what you asked. The meeting is set up. Excellent. Experience any problems? Boss Callahan's goon grabbed me yesterday and forced me to meet with him. He was very clear that I cannot be seen talking to Torque or he'll have me killed. I went and did it anyway. I appreciate your dedication. I really do. I'm sorry if you got hurt. Thank you for following through. Well, let's hear it. What did Torque agree to? You relay the Anarch's leader's conditions. You are to pick him on Mia up, and meeting should only include the four of you. It should be held in a public space. Those are all fair enough, although I do worry about that Mia character. Tell me, do you think she's trustworthy? Well, Torque trusts her, so we can too, I think. Very well. As for this place, I wonder if they would agree to meet in the Hudson Yard, the vessel. Plenty of tourists visit that place, but if we go there after midnight, she seems to have made up her mind. Yes, bring them there tomorrow night. Look for me near the top level. Do you think Torque and Mia will agree to meet in the city? It's Camarilla territory. Won't they be too cautious to come here? They did ask me to pick the spot, did they not? It's public and in the open. They should love it. Pick them up at midnight, then drive back to Midtown. That's the plan. I'll be waiting as long as it takes, within reason. I'm counting on you, Calvin. The final puzzle piece is about to find its way to its destination. After that, we will all get our just reward. You, me, the Camarilla, even the Anarchs. I could kiss you. Yes, you'd like that. You desire it. She must have caught it in her expression. She smiles. A figure of speech, darling, or at least it is tonight. But a few nights from now, who knows? I'm growing fond of you, and success whets the, dang it, the attraction tension in the room becomes unbearable until it suddenly disappears. Was this another one of Sophie's tricks, or an actual spark of attraction in both your undead bodies? You certainly felt the blood flow through you for a short moment. The warmth in your body takes you by surprise. You didn't think you could do any of that anymore, or did you just imagine it? Use the rest of the night well, Calvin, and rest. We are but days sleep away from shaking the city awake. I sure hope I can finish all of these, and it's not like, oh, you have to pick what you're doing. All right, I'm going to call it good. I just want to get back to this and start wrapping it up. I didn't even get to any of these guys tonight. I was hoping I'd knock some of them out and be done with them. But anyways, thanks for watching and have a good one.